Welcome back, and in this video we're going to create a really simple tank game. So it's going to be a part of a series, so of course over time I'll do a few more videos now to get it making a bit more of a game, but for now we're just going to get the map drawing. We're presuming you're going to use P5 Play, so I'm going to presume you've imported it into your index from the P5 Play website onto here like I have, and we're all ready to go. So first things first, we're going to have let tile map, just like in the maze video, let border, let destroyable. Now I can do all these in one line if I wanted to. I'm just doing it separate so you all know. And let player. Okay, so we're going to create a border. So that's going to be border equals a new group. Border dot tile equals G. That's why it's G. It's just a default one on the Tazumi tile map editor. Then border dot collider equals static, so S for static. I want bullet, which is going to be a new group as well. It's going to be our bullets we're going to shoot. We'll set some attributes for that. So the speed is going to be 5. Bullet dot radius equals 5. Bullet dot life equals 60, and then bullet dot collider equals N. So I want a collider for now. Then we're going to have a destroyable, so we're going to have some walls you can destroy. Equals a new group. So obviously later on, because we're making a group for this, we could have like chairs or fences and different types of things. Dot tile equals W. And then destroyable dot collider equals static as well. So it's going to be our walls, but we can shoot through them. Then we're going to make a new sprite, so player equals a new sprite. We're going to give the player a tile as well. Player.tile equals P. Player.collider equals D, because we want to be dynamic, we want to follow the controls in the physics simulation. Player.rotation lock. Let's get rid of that. Don't want ChatGPT. Equals true. And then I'm going to make a new attribute called player.facing, which is going to start off with to be the direction. So what that's going to do is going to be a little attribute we're adding additionally, which is going to keep track of where we was last facing so we can shoot in the right direction. Now, just like in the maze video, I've got a tile map already set up that I'm going to copy across like that. So we see we've got our walls, we've got some destroyables, and we've got our player spawn in there. So now we're going to draw. If I run this now, nothing will really happen. If anything at all. So we've got the draw in there. We've got all the bits. So it should run. It's got a little error there, so let's just check. Doesn't like that on line 13 because I missed the equals off. So that should draw our map, hopefully. And there we go. We've got a player spawn in there. We've got these are our destroyables, and this is our border. So now what we're going to do is going to draw the tank. So I'm going to do, obviously this could just be a sprite, but I'm going to draw it all with squares. So I've got turret equals a new sprite, which I'm going to draw at the player.x, player.y. I'm just going to add a little bit of an offset. I'm going to make it 20 wide, 50 long, and that's going to be dynamic as well. So run that now. I'll have a turret that'll probably fly off all of the shot because it'll be dynamic as well, like that. That's going to be our turret. And we've got muzzle. This is where we're going to shoot from. New sprite, which is going to be at the turret.x, turret.y plus turret.height divided by 2. So that should fit right on the end. And that's just going to be a little circle. It's going to be 10 big. So now what I'm going to do is I'll leave the muzzle on for now, but we're going to hide that eventually. Now we're going to join them together. So we're going to say let turret joint equals a new glue joint, which is going to join together the player and the turret. I'm going to do let muzzle joint equals a new glue joint, which is going to be the turret to the muzzle. Don't want to see those there, so we're going to copy these and hide them. Dot visible equals false. dot visible equals false. So then, if you run that now, we should have a decent-ish looking tank. Obviously, we're gonna, there we go. We've got a little muzzle at the end, so I can just do muzzle dot visible. So then we can't see that now. So that's our little tank sort of drawing around. We could have it so it follows the mouse and things, but I'm going to do it so it's based on the controls. So I'm going to make some more functions. I'm going to have camera controls. I'm going to have the actual controls. I'm just going to throw in a clear as well. Obviously, if you are clearing, you've got a background, you got to input that back in. That's all we're going to have for now. I'm going to have function camera controls, which is going to be camera.x equals player.x, camera.y equals player.y, and then camera.zoom equals 1.5. So that should then work nicely and zoom in on our little tank. And camera controls, so I'm going to go because I haven't made this yet. So function controls, and then we're going to add in some nice controls for us. So very, very similar to what we've done before. So if kb.presses space, that's going to be our shoot function, which we've got to make. So function shoot. And the rest of our program is just going to be our WASD control. So I'm going to copy this in because I've already got it. There's only one difference to previous games. So we've got, so I will pause the video and copy that out. But you see we're using rotate min2. So what that means is that essentially it's going to take the shortest path to rotate to that. So we'll just demonstrate what's working with that. Once I get it running, it should allow us to move around the map, and it should rotate up, down, left, and right. And I can run around the map, and then I can press space but nothing happens, and I can run around. So I will just pause the video and make sure you've got that code out, ready for the shoot function. So for the shoot function, we're just going to do let b equals new bullet.sprite with a capital S, which is going to be shot from the muzzle.x and the muzzle.y. b.direction equals player.facing, that's the attribute we made, and then b.speed. I think I've already put a speed on there actually, so I don't think I actually need that. So now what should happen if I drive that way, it shoots that way, shoots that way, shoots that way, and then shoots that way as well. But we have got a little issue. The issue is that because there's no collider, it's not going to collide with itself, which is a good thing. But obviously we want it to shoot the walls. So probably its own function, but we can bang it in controls if we need to. We're just going to do for b of bullet, a little for loop through. I'm just going to say if not b dot overlapping. So if you're not overlapping the player and you're not overlapping the muzzle, and you're not overlapping the turret, so if we're not touching ourselves, b.collider, because we don't want the bullets to be sort of bouncing off you later on, because we actually want to be able to shoot the walls. And then we can just do a real simple inside here for d of destroyable if b dot collided with d dot remove. Now we could use like the overlapping function or the collided function, have our own function for that, that wouldn't matter, but when you've got groups, overlapping groups, it doesn't work as well, if at all. So now what should happen is if I face this way, it's now bouncing off the walls because I've got the life on there, but you see now, you see it's not actually killing myself. But then if I do this, I can then shoot through, and if I give myself a little bit of room, I can then hide behind here, for example, then surprise and shoot somebody. Like that. So that is our basic tank game. Maybe I should have it so they can't collab with each other as well. But that is our basic. So next video we'll look at enemies chasing you and things like that. And yep, I'll see you in the next video.